It's 3 a.m. You're awake. Your phone is next to you, and you already feel like something is wrong with you. Maybe you check the time. Maybe you sigh. Maybe you think, I should be asleep right now. This is broken. But the real answer is far stranger. For most of human history, this exact moment, wide awake in the middle of the night, wasn't a malfunction at all. It was simply Tuesday. Your ancestors expected it. They planned around it. Some of them looked forward to it. To understand why, you have to leave your bedroom behind. Picture a fire. Low light, a group of bodies curled close together on the ground. Some stirring, some still. No electricity, no glowing screens. Just darkness stretching for 12, sometimes 14 hours a night. That's the world your body was built inside of. Not 8 hours of blackout sleep. A long, slow night with room to breathe. Historian Roger E. Kirch spent over a decade digging through diaries, court records, and medical texts from before the industrial era. What he found surprised almost everyone who read it. People didn't sleep in one solid block. They slept in two. First sleep, then an hour or two of quiet wakefulness, then second sleep. That gap in the middle had a name. People called it the watch. And it wasn't wasted time. During the watch, people prayed. They talked with a spouse in the dark. They processed dreams while the images were still fresh. Some got up and tended the fire. Some had sex. Some just lay there thinking, in a state we'd now associate with meditation. Doesn't that sound familiar? That 3 a.m. window where your mind drifts and won't let go? You weren't broken. You were early for an appointment your ancestors kept every single night. So what changed? Light changed. Cheap, artificial, always-on light. Gas lamps first, then electric bulbs, pushed bedtime later and later. And once bedtime got pushed back, there was no longer room for two separate sleeps. The night got compressed into a single forced block. E. Kirch argues that segmented sleep didn't disappear because it was unhealthy. It disappeared because modern life stopped leaving space for it. But here's where the story gets stranger, because segmented sleep from historical Europe is only half the picture. Sleep researcher Jerome Siegel wanted to know what sleep actually looked like before industrialization existed at all. Not medieval Europe. Actual hunter-gatherer societies still living without electricity right now. So his team studied three groups: the Hadza of Tanzania, the San of Namibia, and the Semin of Bolivia. No clocks, no screens, no sleep schedules imposed by anyone. What Siegel found broke almost every assumption people had. These groups didn't sleep in two neat blocks like E. Kirch's Europeans. They didn't sleep more than modern people either. On average, they slept between 5.7 and 7.1 hours a night. Some nights less. And here's the detail that stunned researchers most. Almost none of them napped. Sound impossible? It gets stranger. These same populations reported almost no insomnia. The Hadza language doesn't even have a native word for the concept. Meanwhile, in industrialized countries, insomnia affects roughly 1 in 3 adults at some point in their lives. So if pre-industrial humans weren't sleeping more and weren't napping, what were they doing differently? Temperature, darkness, rhythm. Siegel's research pointed to body temperature as a hidden trigger for sleep timing. In these communities, people tended to fall asleep as the temperature dropped after sunset and wake as it rose again before sunrise. Their bodies were locked to the planet's thermostat, not to an alarm clock or a screen's blue light delaying the signal to shut down. Anthropologist Carol Worthman took this even further. She studied sleep across dozens of traditional societies and found something modern bedrooms have completely erased. Sleep used to be social. People slept in groups, in shared spaces, often with some low-level noise and movement happening around them all night. Someone getting up, a baby fussing, low conversation. And crucially, multiple people would rouse briefly during the night, check that everything was fine, and drift back down. Worthman calls this sentinel-like waking. It wasn't a disorder, it was a survival feature. If you woke at 2 a.m. throughout most of human history, that wasn't your brain failing. That was your brain doing its job, scanning the dark for danger the way it had for 100,000 generations before you were born. Now think about your bedroom. Silent, sealed. Just you, alone, expected to lock into 8 uninterrupted hours like a machine powering down. No fire to tend, no one else breathing nearby, no temperature dropping naturally because the thermostat holds the room at a steady 70 degrees all night long. You're asking your brain to do something it was never designed to do. Sleep in isolation, in a static temperature, in total silence.